think every great movie is gay. Every day I'm on set, I hate my job.
Luca Guadagnino is quite an artist. There are very few filmmakers that can do what he does.
We first worked with Luca on Bones and All. When that film wrapped, he mentioned challenges.
The way he described challenges was on a one-sentence email. Do you want to do my next film? It's going to be super sexy.
Come here.
2 X's.
It was very important to Luca that we all work together, train together, do tennis together.
I wanted them to disappear within these characters, which are 3 very trained athletes.
And our director, Luca, had a clear vision for what this film could be.
Luca's constantly thinking about these frictions between friends and lovers.
And Luca is so good at pulling those nuances out.
I think that more than the style, what makes Luca Guadagnino special and unique as a director is the fact that he is an architect or a great designer of worlds.
Action. When I first met Luca, I was so in awe of his way to exemplify an emotion or a feeling.
He tried to create a world that should and actually feels like real, so loose with no structure, but that actually contains and is built under a very, very strong structure.
And she's puzzled, curious, dizzy, frightened. You need to be calm and get me all these feelings, okay? Ready?
He explained to me the idea of Caitlin and what type of person she is, and he wanted me to also bring stuff to Caitlin. He always asks my opinion, which I love about him, just asking, what do I think about some stuff, or how do you think she might portray this, or take in consideration like other things that I've thought of.
Collaborating with him, something so surreal, because we're both kind of on the same level. All the interactions that we have are we really relate and resonate with each other, and I couldn't ask for a better director and actor experience.
And then you make the movie, you distance yourself from the movie, and you happen to have the privilege of meeting an audience, whether it's like this today, all these wonderful people, or when you meet someone that tells you why they see themselves in something you do, and then you feel the power of what you do and the responsibility for it.
And you fall back in love.
Yeah, I do.
I read that you actually don't ever audition actors. You chat with them and...
Up until a certain year,
I
was never doing any auditions. But to be right, I must admit that for few of the last projects, I had to go through the process because we are. They were very young kids, so we had to see, or other circumstances brought me to the place where we had to do some auditions, but still, I feel that the only way you can really trust an actor to be the character you want it to be, you must talk to them. Because I give for granted that an actor that I have the opportunity to meet has some technical skills.
So they can act.
They have to
That's
act.
a given.
Yeah, I give it for granted.
Rehearsal, and the rehearsal was
hilarious.
This is well, we hadn't had a really proper rehearsal yet. Army tells this story better than I do, so I'll let him cut me off at a certain point. But you know, we were rehearsing the villa. We were shot the film where the film takes place, and Luca, our director, one day says, "Okay, let's do a rehearsal. We're gonna go into the backyard. Join us." And so Army and I were very enthusiastic. We had our scripts, and we went in the backyard.
And we get out to this sort of like patch of grass, and he goes, "Okay, we'll rehearse right here. Let's just pick a scene. Let's do scene 71." And he just kind of arbitrarily throws out a number. So we go, "Okay, great." We go to our page, and we get to the page on the script, and then all it says is, "Elio and Oliver roll around in the grass making out." And we kind of look at each other, and we're like, all right, here we go. That's why we're here. Let's do this. So we kind of get down on the ground and start making out. And he goes, no, stop. What are you doing? And we go, we're trying to make out. He goes, I want you two to make out like you want to make out with each other, like passionately. And we were like, good direction. Yes, that's exactly what we should be doing. Let's do it. So then we start making out. and then we're making out, and then we're making out, and then we're making out, and no one's saying stop, and all of a sudden we both kind of stop and we look, and Luca had just walked away and just left us like there, rolling around in the grass. Yeah.
That's
And that was our only rehearsal.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. It was a bit of an icebreaker.
Yeah.
Destroyed the ice.
Yeah.
Destroyed the ice.
It's all about making the perfect. I mean, perfect. We try.
We always try. There's a movie about that.
Camera is a tool that really excavates and looks into the soul of the actor. And so films are not just stories, but they're actually documentaries of the actor. I found this
yes, he said that.
fascinating. What does this mean?
I think it means that the baggage of actor is not necessarily technical. Of course, there are many of them who knows the ropes, when to turn, how to look up, and stuff like that. But mostly, these people have to analyze themselves in order to unearth what they can read through the text and in the relationship with the actor they have in front, and the director, and the camera, and the environment. So in a way, they are free in the circumstances of shooting to play a note that comes from their own instrument. So that's necessarily a form of self-expression of self. It's not just hiding behind the character. It's actually being like a criminal in plain sight as a character. So for me, it's really let the camera be with these people and let these people lead the camera and the film, the series.
And then what do you chat about that convinces you that they can deliver the performance or that they are the character?
The more hidden their vanity, the better. Because every actor is just a sort of like a machine of vanity, right? Which I like.
You're saying it, not me. I'm not saying this.
You can agree with me. But I love actors. I love their personalities. I love their fragilities. I love the idea that the world collapses on them. I like that. But you know, like they like to be looked at.
Yes.
And I like to look at. So it's like I feel completely safe, because imagine that I am now here and I start to look at someone with intention. This would be kind of embarrassing. But when you are on set, you look at people with intention and nobody can tell you anything.
Yeah.
And they want to be looked at.
Yes.
So it's good. It's a sort of like give and take, like it's a BDSM relationship in a way. So I think the superficial, frothy, immediate vanity, that is a sign of running away from.
Yeah.
But so if you feel like someone really wants to challenge themselves and have fun in the process, I think that's a marriage, and I like that. And for my process with actors, I think it's about, I mean, I have been working with many actors more than once. So my process is to become close to them in order for them to know me and for me to know them, so that trust can be built upon the process of making the movie, so that everybody can relax and be happy in the process of making the movie. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes you have various degrees of success.
What's the most important quality for a director to have?
To be incredibly presumptuous and absolutely realist. These two things are super important. One without the other would create, in the first case, a sort of delusional director who thinks he's doing something that he's not, or they are not doing. And the realists themselves are a shooter, so they can be hired by Marvel. And don't seduce actors. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and big applause.